Hey yo there, what do you hear, what do you say? And today I'd like to talk about the brilliance of a man that deserves far more recognition than he currently has, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, the man who, more than anyone else, exemplified what it means to be a polymath. Who was Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz? His early life, he was born in 1646 in Leipzig, Germany. His education he studied law and philosophy at the University of Leipzig, and his single most pronounced feature above all others was his versatility. He made massive contributions that span the field of mathematics, philosophy, logic, engineering, and much, much more. Chief amongst his contributions were his mathematical contributions, right? He, alongside Newton, independently developed calculus. He introduced the notation that is still prevalently used today, such as the sign used for integration. He created the binary systems. He conceptualized the binary number system, foundational for modern computing. And he also formulated Leibniz's law. So this is the principle of the identity of indiscernibles in logic and philosophy. He made significant philosophical and scientific achievements, right? One was the monadology, right? So this is the idea of the sort of fundamental units of reality, right, that are sort of not constituted by anything else. These are simples, right? They're not made up of anything else. They can't be made of anything else, because once you sort of get down to the fundamental layer of reality, this is all there is, right? He's well known for his idea of sort of philosophical and theological optimism, right? So this is the idea of that we live in the best of all possible worlds, right? And this is sort of used as a sort of like bulwark against like arguments against the problem of evil, right? He came up with various mechanical inventions, right? He designed early calculating machines and proposed ideas for windmills and clocks, and he made a huge amount of correspondences. So this he would engage with other intellectuals of his times, influencing their various fields. And the visual on the right sort of illustrates his sort of like magnum opus, right? This is the monadology, right? And his breadth, right, his depth is just unparalleled, really, in the history of philosophy. There are a few people who sort of come close to him, right? Descartes might be one example, right? Ibn Sina might be another. But when it comes to his sort of overall contributions and his overall prolificity, it's just unmatched. So his legacy and his influence, right? He has an enduring influence, right? His contributions to philosophy, mathematics, and computer science continue to be relevant to this day. While he is acknowledged as one of the great polymaths alongside Newton and Descartes, I feel he deserves substantially more recognition than he does currently, right? He inspires contemporary scientists, mathematicians, and thinkers, and truthfully, he inspires me in a lot of ways as well. And yeah, when it comes to the further reading, there are two books in particular that I think would be very helpful. So Leibniz, an introduction by C.D. Broad, gives a sort of broad overview of his metaphysics and his general worldview. And Leibnizing, a philosopher in motion, sort of advocates what exactly like a philosopher or a person who's sort of inspired by Leibniz would sort of do, and the actions they can sort of take to really sort of like encapsulate his philosophy and sort of like act more like him in various ways, right? Now, obviously, like few, if any, of us can ever hope to even aspire to a tenth of what he ended up achieving and becoming. But I think all of us can sort of learn from his sort of curiosity, from his sort of needing to always try to be like systematic and rigorous, and his sort of we can't be him, but we can try to emulate him in certain respects, right? And as always, think. And with that, this is Sandkazer logging off.